Okay, hi everyone. So today I'm gonna talk about this book that I recently finished. It's been 3 to 4 days or 4 to 5 days, I don't know. So yeah, it's been a long time since I finished that book, but I didn't make a review because I got lazy or something occupied, whatever. And this book took me like 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah, 2 to 3 weeks to finish this book. So it took me a lot of time, but it was a very good book. So the title of this book is All the Light We Cannot See. Okay, so this book was very amazing. Okay, first of all, this book was based upon World War II. All right, it was a very long book and all, and the two narrations were going on. Two stories were going on parallelly. One was a girl named Mary, and one was another was a boy named Werner. Mary was a French girl, and the Werner was a German boy. So they already like at the time of World War II, French people and German people were fighting and all. I don't know much about the war, so I will not talk about it. So what happened in the book basically? So Werner, when he was young, like he was 11 or something, he was really very smart. So he got into a school of science or something where he could study science and he could also study other stuff. And you know what they used to do? They used to train kids so that they could fight in a war and everything and all of this stuff. And then there was this girl, another girl, Mary, in France. Okay, and she used to live with his father. I don't know anything about her mother. So and then she was like, when she was young, when she was very young, she lost both of her eyes. All right, it was very sad for me to know that she lost her eyes, but still she was so smart. And especially I loved her father. Okay, his father was very smart. He would help her. He would make he would get braille books for her, even though he could not afford them, but he would still buy for her. That was very sweet. And he would make models for her. Okay, models like there were models of city models. She could touch them and know that what are the ways here and there, and number of trees and everything was accurate in that model. So it was a pretty good model, right? Although Werner was an orphan, okay, and he lived in an orphanage or something with his sister. She was very sweet. She was like 2 years younger than him, and they both of them, they used to listen to something on the radio, a radio which, by the way, Werner fixed at a very young age. He used to fix a lot of stuff like this, okay, and in the radio they used to listen to a French man. They knew French, okay. They used to study French as well with German. So a Frenchman, he used to talk about science and life, and then the music used to play and all. It was very beautiful. Jutta, Werner's little sister, Jutta used to love all this, and she used to imagine how Paris is, and she used to make pictures out of it. It was all very beautiful and all. But World War books never end up beautiful, as you guys know. If you've watched movies, if you've read about stuff, World War things just don't end up in a good way. But this was a positive book. Like at the end, I felt like it was a bit positive. Okay, so basically what happened was ki, like we'll talk about Mary. Okay, right now Mary, so Mary is a French person, right? So she used to live with his father and everything, and she used to go to a trip before she went blind. And they told her about the stone. There was a stone. The name of the stone was Sea of a Flame. Okay, or a Flame of the Sea. Flame of the Sea. So yeah, the stone was like this big, and it was like a stone which looked like a diamond or something, and it was completely blue in color, and it had a bit of a red flames sort of look in that stone. Okay, and that stone was like kept hidden or something in a museum where her father used to work. Okay, so that museum, the stone was like 200 years old, and it was told that whoever possesses the stone will live forever, but the owner of the stone, his loved ones will die. Okay, so yeah, that was the thing. So the king that used to have the stone, all of his loved ones died, but he was alive for 200 years or something, it was told. And then he had to give the stone to someone because he was just done. And the stone is obviously very rare and very expensive. It was basically a cursed stone, right? So now 200 years were going to pass. Like when she heard the story, 3 more years were left so that 200 years could pass. They all of them thought that if the stone is kept hidden for 200 years, and then after that the curse will be gone. Everyone thought that. Before that, the king had the stone for 200 years, so like 400 years ago this happened, something. All right, so her father used to work there. And then what happened, like war started to happen. It was German people started to attack in Paris and everything. So his father had to leave that place. He went somewhere else, like he went to another place, but he couldn't find any home there. He went because the house was like burning. It was in ashes now. So they went to another place, Saint Mel or something. So where his uncle used to live. Okay, his uncle used to live. So basically what work he used to do in that what do you call it, museum? He used to he was the holder of the keys. So yeah, and the stone was kept there. It was behind so many doors. So he had keys and everything. But no, he did not steal the stone, you guys. He did not steal the stone. I'm sorry. Ouch, bro, why this happens? My glasses are very loose now. So the museum people decided that still stone is in a bit of danger. And then, oh, by the way, there was this guy, I forgot his name. He was looking for stone, and he was very stubborn. Okay, he had patience. Okay, he would stay in a place for like 4 to 5 days just to get the thing, and he would get the thing. He was just stubborn like this. Okay, so French people knew that now Germans are coming, and they need the stone, so they had to do something. So they got 3 replicas of the stone. They gave one to someone, they gave 2 to some higher authority people, and one, it was kept in the museum only, and one was given to the girl's father. So he took the stone, and then he came to the another place, Saint Malo, to live with his uncle. And his uncle was like very agoraphobic. By the way, agoraphobic means he could not just leave his house at all because he had social anxiety. He went through a World War I. He lost his brother, his father. He was very close to his brother, so he had that trauma, and because of that he couldn't leave his house. And he used to have a house, very big house, by the way, 6-story house. So they also used to have a housemaid. She was like very old. Okay, Madam Manek. I love that character so much. But I loved Werner. Werner was just way too smart, bhai. He was very smart. He would just make things like that. And then one day, poor Werner, he had to go for a fight, go for the fight, but he didn't have to fight like this. He just had to, not just he. So what were they doing at the wartime? Whatever the radio transmissions were going on and all, they were trying to find the locations of it and burn the house completely, so that people will die and they will not send the transmissions and everything. So Werner, as I told you guys already, that Werner was really very smart. So he had to do all this stuff, and he also grew a little bit distant with Jutta, his younger sister. So yeah, Jutta, right? So he made a device or something. He made headphones so that he could hear what the transmission is, whatever the transmission is, the radio transmission. Okay, so that he could hear it, and he could go to such places and burn the house. Not him, his other team members. They were very older than him. Okay, Werner was a very sweet guy, you guys. I had a little tiny little bit crush on him. He was so cute like this. So what happened basically with him was that he had to go to such places, and he would tell the location and all that, how far is this place transmission, from which place is he receiving the transmission and everything, right? So they would go to that place and everything, and then his teammates will find the house, and they will kill the people, burn the house down, nothing left there. Okay, so Werner never wanted to fight, but he had to, they were forced to, they were just forced upon. So yeah, and then now coming back to Mary. So now for Mary, it was a very new place. Everything was new. She didn't know anything around her surroundings and anything at all. And she was a blind person. Still, she was very brave. By the way, whenever people used to tell her that you are very brave, she used to say that I don't have any choice but to be brave. And that was a very bold statement, because you guys know why. Anyways, so Mary and her father. Okay, so her father had the stone. He made the model for her for this new city, because it was for that old city as well. So he had to make a model for the new city as well. So he also used to give, whenever it was Mary's birthday, he used to give her braille books and a puzzle to solve, right? That was very cute, and something she will get from the puzzle, a piece of chocolate or something. So this time also he made the puzzle out of that model only. He never did that, by the way, and he did that, and he hid the puzzle in that, the stone in that. Okay, and he had to leave because he got a mail or text or telegram or something. Not text, guys, I mean something else, sorry. Yeah, so he got the telegram saying that he had to come and be safe. So he went back to Paris or something, but there he told Mary that I'll be back in 10 days. But 10 days passed, and he never came. 10 years passed, 20 years passed, he never came, and they never got to know about what happened with his father. Sometimes he would write letters, and he hinted her, he hinted in that way that it's a birthday, it's going to be a birthday soon, and look inside the house, and I've given you something, a gift or something. And that guy I told you about, right, he was after the stone. He got 3 guys. He got the stone from museum as well, and 2 other people as well. From somehow he got it. He realized that there were 4 stones and 3 are replicas and 1 is real. So he got 3 stones, and he realized that all of them are fake, but they were very well structured and everything. So then after a lot of research, he realized that this stone might belong to her. Pretty sure his father was like arrested by someone, Germans, and yeah, so he would sneak out the letters. Okay, and they were told to, if you had any radio or anything, just burn it off, throw it away, or give it to us, do anything, but just remove it. So basically what happened in this book, he had to go away. So now now that uncle Mary and that housemaid, she was very sweet by the way, they were left. So her housemaid was very clever. They used to have meetings and all to get to free French. She used to do something like spread the news, like my love, like someone has died or something, this they married, to transport the news from one place to another. Then they used to have a radio, a hidden radio by the way, and that radio was the only that was the only radio that was hidden at the place, and his uncle used to love that stuff, and he was the only person who used to speak those scientific things and about life things that Werner and his younger sister used to hear. Okay, right. And then what happened, father got arrested and everything, Mary Lore's father. Okay, and then they had the radio, and madam, that housemaid, used to try to receive and spread the information, very important information, and she used to get information around her hometown only, from neighbors and everything, and from the shops and everything. Okay, and then they had one radio, and then one day what happened was she died. Yeah, she died. She taught a lot of things to Mary. She used to go to the beach and everything. She used to have so much fun, and then one day she died. And then the uncle living there, he realized that I want to do something after all, and he really wanted to do something. So he decided that he would get the chits or something, and then he will read the messages out, and then he will play the song every day. He used to do that. So Werner actually caught that it was being done, and but Werner never complained about it because he was liking it. And you guys, Werner never wanted to fight. He was like forced to fight and everything, because if he didn't do it, he would be killed or something. And he was very smart, so he whenever he heard it, he just decreased the volume or something. He never did that, like complained or reported about it. So one day what happened, that guy I was telling you about, stone guy, okay, who wanted to steal the stone. So he got to know about Mary's father. He went to his Paris wala ghar apartment, right? He didn't find her there, and then he's followed and everything, and he found the home here, and then he realized that there was this blind girl living, and he also found the model there, and he realized that it might be somewhere in this house only. So he went to that house. By the time, actually, uncle, that uncle was arrested. Why? Because uncle was going out to some place to get the bread and something, and the Germans caught them, and all. So Mary was alone there, and someone tried to rescue Mary, but she didn't go because she didn't trust that person, and she did the right thing. She did the right thing, you guys. Anyways, so what happened? Mary was there, and she had the model, and then after some time, she realized that in the model there's a stone. She realized it before this incident happened. She realized that in the model there is a stone, and she realized that what type of stone is that. She used to not believe it. Her father used to not believe it, but then she was like, I had to believe in it. I have to keep it safe, just in case. Anyways, so yeah, that was it. So I also told you guys about, she used to go to beach and everything. She used to love the sea, just love the sea. So what happened, that guy, that steel, he came to that house. He waited there for 4 to 5 days, and she was hidden. She was well hidden at some place, like underground or something, basement area or something. She had some food, and she didn't make any, even though she was blind, she was hidden. And she knew that the guy was going out, the guy who wanted the stone. He was going out and everything. So she went to the radio room, and that was also hidden, by the way. He couldn't find it because it was behind a cupboard, so he couldn't find it. Right, that was also hidden. So she went to that place, and then she had the braille books. She would read the books and everything, and she was alone in the house. And then she would say that, please help me, the guy is here, please help me. And then she would play the music, okay, and everything. One time, no, she would never play the music, and that Werner could hear everything, and Werner was trying not to report her and anything, okay. And he knew that he knew what house is this, and he wanted to kind of protect her or something. So he went to Saint Malo or something, and then to find the house, or he was not planning to save her, but he did. I'll tell you guys what happened. So the guy was there, the guy who wanted to steal the stone, right? So the guy was there, okay, the guy who wanted to steal. And one day she played the music. She was like, fuck it. Oh, sorry for my name. She was like, fuck it, I'll play the music. Do whatever this guy wants to do. I don't care. And then Werner came at this place. Okay, this is where the story really gets better for me and for everyone. Those who read, by the way, please start reading books, you guys. Why are you not reading it? So Werner came there, and the guy knew that he could hear the music. He was like, I could listen to the music right now. There's the music playing and everything. And he started running to that place, and Mary was already there, and she was like, if the stone is real, it will protect me. If the stone is not real, it will not protect me. So Werner also came there, but till then Mary and that guy was fighting. Werner came, and then they did something, and the guy died right here at the moment. And Werner got a little crush on Mary, and Mary also, I think she got a little crush on Werner. So Werner was like, he was German though, still he was trying to speak in French. Tutti Frutti French. Yeah. So he rescued her. He took her out and he was like, I'll drop you somewhere where it's safe and everything. And since he was a German in France, and Germans at this point, Germans were like going down. They were losing the war. Okay. So by this time, Hitler was already dead. Okay. So now the German guy had to protect himself. He didn't have to like he didn't have the power anymore. So she was like, the girl was like, please take me to the beach first. So they went to the beach, and the German guy had the key to the beach. I mean, they had the door or something to open the door, and they went there, and she threw away the model. No, she threw away the model there, and the stone also there. And you know, guys, you know what? Werner actually took the model. Yeah, he took the model. Okay, so now what happened was, she went and she asked, since she was blind, so she could not hear, she asked Werner that, is the model gone, is the model gone, it's not there anymore, right? And the model was the last thing that her father gave her, and even the stone, but she had to throw it away. So she just threw it away. And Werner dropped her at a safe place, and then someone took Mary and they took her back to her uncle. And but by the time Werner was caught, by French policemen, and he tried to run away, but he stepped on a bomb which was planned by his team members only, by Germans only, and then he died. I feel so bad at this point. Jutta got to know, his younger sister got to know that he died, but Mary never knew that he died. And Mary always used to think, this guy will come back, but he would never come back. So now, like, after this was like in 1945 or something. So after in 2014, there were so many characters in between. There's so many stories in between, but I cannot tell everything since it was a very big book. But it was a really good read, even though it was a long read, but it was still very good. Also, the chapters were very short. So yeah. So in 2014, Mary got with a guy. She got pregnant. She had a girl. She used to take care of her child, and then there was this Jutta. Okay, she also married a very good guy. They had a kid. The kid was very young. The kid was younger than Mary's daughter. Okay, and Mary's daughter had a son as well. So yeah. So Jutta, but by the way, guys, you know, Jutta and the people she used to live with, all the girls, okay, they also got raped. This was also the detail they mentioned. So after so many years, in 2014 or something, some team member of someone who was very close with Werner, okay, they had his bag and everything, and he came back. He gave it back to Jutta, and the bag also had a model, and nobody knew that the model could have been. It was a puzzle or something. Even you guys know. So okay. So the person, he was very old, by the way. He was very old. He gave it back to Jutta. He found out about Jutta or something, and he gave it to her. And Jutta was like, this is so emotional, because she didn't know anything that what happened to her brother. She just knew that he died in France, and that's all. And she was like very worried. And Mary already didn't know anything. Okay, and Jutta was like, she was very emotional about it, and she didn't want to take the bag. She didn't want to read anything, study anything, whatever in the bag it was. But then she realized she has to meet Mary Laure, because he mentioned about her in his journal. So she went, and to find Mary was not that hard. She went back to Paris, and she was very happy to go there. She was scared for the first time that Germans are going to Paris, but by the time it was chilled down. Okay, she took her son with herself, and then she went to that place, Paris, and she found out about Mary from a museum or something, and then they told her that there she used to live. And Mary, actually, she did her PhD and everything in something, I forgot, and she used to work in museum only, and she was a very smart, brilliant woman. She came to Mary, and she told Mary about everything, that this is I found about Werner, and he died shortly only after he met you, something around that time only. She figured this is by the time he died, and this is something that I think it belongs to you, and I want to give it back to you. And Mary took it, and it was the model, and she was like, not bro, almost after 60 to 70 years, the model is coming back to her, and she solved the puzzle, and there was no stone in it. There was the key to the beach. Werner left her that key. It was so beautiful. I really loved this book, but it was too long for me, and I hate it when people die like this. I love books which are sad and all, which has a sad ending and everything, but World War books just hit me different. But it was overall a nice book, and I had a great time. Thank you for watching this video, you guys. I have lots of love for you guys. If you watch the video only, otherwise I still love you. Still, you won't watch the video completely, so you won't know that I said this, right? Okay, bye.